Now to our special report on extreme tanning. The dangers of too much sun exposure are well known, but some people are willing to take that risk in order to get and keep a deep, dark tan. Here's ABC's Gloria Riviera with the story.
It's summer, and nothing's hotter than spending time at the beach to get that sun-kissed skin. These two 20-somethings love to be tanned so much, you might call it extreme.
I just go every morning, and it's kind of my morning routine.
Tanning is 25-year-old Trisha Paytas' #1 priority. She says she hasn't missed a day of tanning in 10 years.
People would say I'm almost narcissistic because I really love the way I look when I'm tan. People that I look up to and idolize in terms of looks have always been tan. You know, Barbie's tan, Burt Reynolds is tan, Pamela Anderson's tan.
Every single day, 7 days a week, she goes to one of her local tanning salons to use the tanning bed. Some days she goes twice, but she's not done yet. After the tanning bed, Trisha gets a spray tan to make sure everything is even.
A lot of people might take a look and say, gosh, you're a beautiful girl. Why do you need to tan?
I think because it gives me my confidence. I've seen myself pale and it just looks, I don't look like myself. When you see someone who's tan, you're just like, wow. I love this color now. I'm happy with it now.
24-year-old Gianna Gerardo is also a tanning fanatic.
It makes me feel good and I feel comfortable in my skin, and it makes my clothes kind of look a little bit better than if I were not as tan.
Gianna speaking, how can I help you?
Luckily for her, she works at her local Beach Bum tanning salon, tanning there 2 or 3 days a week. But that doesn't stop her from sitting in the sun.
I like to be at the beach, hanging out and enjoying it.
Both girls started tanning in their teens. Their introduction to tanning came from an unlikely source, their moms. And it's pricey. Trisha's spray tans alone cost her more than $5,000 a year. That's a lot of money for a risky habit. Gianna says she takes precautions in the sun, but Trisha knows the risks and doesn't care. She's actually saving her money for her own tanning bed.
Even if you told me I had skin cancer, I don't think I would stop, scrape it off and keep going.
These two young women devoted to getting tan will both keep going to stay that way. For Good Morning America, Gloria Riviera, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And joining us now with some good advice about tanning is Dr. Jennifer Ashton, a women's health specialist.
Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Jen.
I just have to mention before we get started, that last comment in the piece about just scrape off the skin cancer and get right back in there. We have to remember treatment for skin cancer is very extensive. It's a life or death situation, and that definitely trivializes a very serious situation.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Can it really be an addiction? Are there people who want to stop tanning and can't?
Well, here's the new research. Relatively new research actually shows that in people, when they're exposed to UV light, people who are addicted to tanning, they get an activation or stimulation in their brain, in the addiction center, in the reward center, no different than people who are addicted to drugs. So again, this isn't everyone who likes to be tan, but in the people who say that it's compulsive, they can't stop, yes, it's a true addiction.
And we all have to be concerned. Not everyone goes to the tanning bed, of course. Well, we walk outside.
That's right. We have to remember this is not just indoor tanning. It's anyone who tans excessively outside. And people think, oh, it's just the blonde hair, blue-eyed people. Are fair-skinned people more at risk? Yes. Are people with dark skin, African Americans, Hispanics, at risk for skin cancer? Absolutely. And people with darker skin, and particularly African Americans, tend to have their skin cancer diagnosed at a later stage. So this is something truly everyone needs to be concerned about.
And it's not just if you have a sunburn or anything like that.
It's that day-to-day exposure,
Right.
Robin. It's the stuff we get when we're walking our dog, when we're walking a couple of blocks to work. So dermatologists will say you need to apply a sunscreen and SPF 365 days out of the year. In fact, 90% of the sun's damage to our skin occurs in this everyday manner. It's not just when we bake ourselves during the summer.
So people watching this, and they know that what we saw were the extremes, but there are people who want to tan.
Right.
Is there a safe way of going about it?
The dermatology answer is there is no such thing as a safe tan. In terms of what's available to us today, if you want to be a little darker, spray tanning is probably the only safe way to go. Otherwise, embrace that porcelain skin.
It's safe if it's in a bottle.
Right.
That's about it.
That's right.
Always good to see you, Jen.
You too, Robin.
Thanks very much.